You ever feel like you're only getting one side of the story when you're doing research? Well, today we are going to unlock a really powerful tool that's designed to give you that complete 360-degree view on pretty much any topic you can imagine.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You're digging into a research project and finding high-quality, balanced sources that actually show all the different viewpoints. It feels like finding a needle in a haystack. It can be super frustrating. But what if you had a treasure map? That's exactly what this tool is. Seriously, it's designed to cut right through all that noise and guide you straight to the heart of any debate, laying out all the arguments for you, clear as day.
So here's our plan. We're going to master this thing in 5 simple steps. First, we'll kick off our research quest. Then we'll navigate the topic library, explore a topic's main hub, get into accessing and evaluating the sources, and finally, learn how to master your search results like a total pro.
All right, let's do this. Every great adventure has a starting point, and for our research quest, it begins right on the homepage.
Now look, you could just type something into the search bar, for sure. But to really get a feel for the sheer breadth of what's available, I always recommend starting with a little exploration. Clicking this Browse by Category button, that opens up this whole curated world of topics, all perfectly organized to get you started.
Okay, so once you're browsing, you'll see just how huge this library is. But don't get overwhelmed. Navigating it is actually super simple once you know a couple of little tricks.
You've basically got 2 main ways to look at this library. The default view shows you the major categories, right? But if you're a completist like me and you just want to see everything laid out alphabetically, you just click Show All. And if it gets to be too much, one click on Show Less tidies it all right back up again.
And here are 2 little pro tips that'll give you even more control. See that little plus more button under a category? That lets you drill down into even more specific subtopics. And you should always keep an eye out for that updated tag. That's your little signal that you're looking at the absolute freshest, most current information available. So to show you how this all works in practice, we're going to follow a single path together. Let's go into the Arts and Culture category, and from there, we'll select the subtopic Arts Funding.
Okay, we've picked arts funding, and boom, we've landed at the topic central hub. You should think of this page as your mission control for this specific subject. Everything you need is going to branch out from here.
The very first thing your eye should go to is this related information box over on the left. This is your treasure map. It neatly categorizes everything from opinion essays to scholarly articles so you can find exactly what you're looking for, fast. Let's just quickly break down some of the most powerful source types here. So, points of view, these are kind of the heart of the database. They're essays written specifically for or against a topic. Academic journals, that's your deep, peer-reviewed scholarly stuff. Primary source documents give you those amazing first-hand accounts. And of course, you've got newspapers and magazines for all that current and historical context.
Finding the treasure is one thing, but knowing how to actually use it, well, that's what really matters. So let's click into one of these sources and see what we've got.
We'll go ahead and select an article from that Points of View section. Perfect. This one has a really clear stance right there in the title, which is exactly what we need to understand one specific side of the argument.
So once you're in the article, check out these incredibly useful tools. One of my personal favorites is this Listen button. It gives you a text-to-speech reading of the entire article, which is perfect for multitasking, or if you just happen to be an auditory learner. So cool.
And for any serious researcher out there, this is a game changer. The PDF full-text link gives you a perfect, downloadable copy of the original publication. This is absolutely essential for getting your citations right and for keeping all your research organized.
So finding one great article is a win, for sure. But what about the dozens or maybe even hundreds of other results? Let's look at the power tools that let you really master that entire list.
Here's a quick tip. From any article page, you can always get back to your full list of sources just by clicking Result List. This lets you easily step back and adjust your strategy without having to start all over from scratch.
And refining your search is just so simple. Once you're back on that result list, you just choose the specific source types you want, you can narrow the date range, and just click Update. That's it. You've got a brand new, focused list.
And here's a closer look at that Source Types menu. This thing is so powerful. You can see exactly how many results you have in each category. So if you only need, say, academic articles and primary documents, you just check those 2 boxes, click Update, and boom, all the extra noise just disappears. The other key filter you have to know about is the publication date slider. This is incredibly useful. If your assignment requires sources from the last 5 years, for example, you can just slide the bar or type in the dates to instantly filter out anything older.
And really, that's the magic of it. By combining these different filters, you can take what might be an overwhelming list of hundreds of potential sources and quickly, easily distill it down to just a handful of perfectly relevant articles for your project.
So that, in a nutshell, is the Points of View reference source. Remember, it's not just another database of articles. It's a complete system designed to give you those balanced perspectives and the tools you need to find them efficiently all in one spot.
You now have the map and the compass for your research, so the only question left is, what complex topic are you going to dive into first?